I like Hustler, but they're fine. Here. You can wait until you see your matchup, but this is okay also.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah, I think this Tristana probably needs to be off the board. Like Nico is two traits, so definitely needs to be board.
Yeah, I think I noticed it next round. Or the oh,
Usually taking Rod here, board is void. Belt is fine. Caitlyn over Timo. So get Pilt over both long shots.
yep.
This is actually a very standard opener for Void. Pretty much board with Caitlyn. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know exactly if this is just gold, but I think you usually want to clear your bench before picking this up. Um,
Um,
just in general, like before picking up orbs, if it has like units, you're basically losing shop, right? Like 2 gold. Um, yeah, I think you can get units from loot sub, but it seems like this is gold either way.
Usually my bench isn't this full, but this game I'm playing Hustler.
Yeah, I don't think you need like I just don't think you need like all these units. You can also even just like level before you pick it up and sell this Vi, and that's already 2 slots, right? Even if you want to hold everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, before picking up, can you level? I guess you can't, but you can sell this Vi, and that's at least 1 slot. But I don't really think you need stuff. Like I think Alawi is not that important. You get Rift on 3/6, but I feel like you'll find a Bruiser then. I don't think Aphelios is that important either.
Okay.
That seems okay. Yeah. I think you should play Malzahar here. Because like just Disruptor's like a team wide buff, and Vanquisher is only
Okay.
Rek'Sai.
Is it Malzahar over Ambassador?
Oh, I just would play over Rek'Sai. I mean, Ambessa I guess you have a frontline thing. Yeah, you could do it over Ambessa also. I think you have a few options. I think like 4 Piltover is also like a decent option. Because like Caitlyn's just like any long shot, Caitlyn can go here, like Laura.
Okay.
Here. Uh, I just put this on Kog'Maw. Don't unlock Kaisa yet. I think using a remover to put adaptive is pretty reasonable also, because you have 5 removers, you only have to commit like a stronger board for this turn. I think pretty good.
Mhm.
If you don't do that, I think probably Malzahar over Ambessa, because Vanquisher is only for the Rek'Sai. Again, like Malzahar, just having Disruptor is like a full team wide buff is good, but it also gives you 4 Void now. But yeah, I think I would just use one remover here so you can adapt with your backline. Still have 4 left. You got one in a couple rounds.
Okay.
I don't know if it makes a difference here, but like it might. Basically, or up almost a full item. I think if you play the Malzahar and use the remover, you win. Fine. I want to play Malzahar. I think still.
Yeah, this time I forgot to put in 6 void.
I don't think you need to roll this much. Because you do want to level eventually. I think like once you have Rift Herald, I'd probably just stop here. Like you have 2-star damage, 2-star frontline. I think like this is enough. Like start going level 9. You're also not that close to anything. Like you have Wukong paired, Malzahar paired doesn't matter that much. Cho'Gath is paired, I guess, but like you have 3 pairs, but none of them are super impactful. Now they hit Kaisa, you have 4 pairs, but I think you already have like you already have 2-star carry, 2-star frontline. No, it just because basically like this line, I just sell this Malzahar also. I don't think you need Malzahar because like this line makes you stronger right now, but then I mean I think I might just not roll at all, and then you would just be level 9 next round.
Okay.
This is 20 gold here. You're 50 gold. Um, hmm. I think this is a pretty close decision, but you could be 9 on 4-2. Um, I think if you do, I think rolling is fine. I think it could go like either way. But yeah, I think if you do roll, I would definitely stop after this herald. Yeah, and then you can go 9. Like basically, like this board is
But
like
you
way too strong. I think you're like already way too. And if you're gonna win anyway, then rolling is like pretty low value.
but you
Um,
then make items for Belveth.
yeah. Yeah, so you could go Rage Blade on Belveth and then maybe just like Quicksilver or Giant Slayer, I would think. Could also go Kraken. If I would probably just go Quicksilver and Giant Slayer.
Okay.
And those items will be good on Kaisa. Hit Kaisa too, like the better unit. You hit Kaisa. Yeah, I think definitely just sell Malzahar. Yeah, I think this I think you're like too far behind. I like not you're not like behind. Like you're still level 8 on 4-1, which is fine. But you could have like, yeah, like here, imagine like you stop rolling after like the rift roll 2, you have like 20 more gold. You still wouldn't like you didn't really hit anything after that. I guess you had the Cho'Gatsu, but like you would still win. I mean, I would definitely consider
Oh,
just like not rolling it.
okay.
Maybe but dead fine. Yeah, same thing here. I don't. I would roll. Now you're like one off Kaisa, but um. So now here for sure. Stage. Item wise, I would start thinking about Baron items already. Just because like you're pretty much guaranteed at this point. Spark is fine. Spark is strongest now. I think that's definitely reasonable. Fine against low. That's close. Okay, item wise, I definitely want to reforge something. I would probably, yeah, I guess this is probably okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. I would be probably thinking about Baron items since like you're kind of close, but this is also like um Gunblade on Kaisa is good, but it's like you already have like 3 good Kaisa items with Leeching Place, so I feel like you don't really for another Kaisa item. Yeah, I would probably
Okay.
reforge one of these first, and then probably look for like Infinity, get glove, uh, potentially like Bloodthirster, get cloak.
Okay.
So yeah, I think this is fine, but I think it's better. Like, yeah, it was especially with Nucleus. I don't think here. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking Baron items. So I think like Mana Justice. Good. Yeah, here I think you should play Azir. That Shyvana doesn't matter that, but Shyvana only gets 13 wide while she's alive. Have like 1 star no items. Azir is like a lot more reliable. Like Shyvana's like kind of 10% damage reduction in a way, but Azir's kind of the same. Disruptors like very similar. It's 10% damage reduction. Okay, so here Bloodthirster. This is yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is okay. We had Baron here. Yeah, I mean, I think everything here looks good. Yeah, I think you're yeah for the most part the end game is good. I think you probably spent like too much gold here. It kind of worked out because you hit the Kaisa 2 like quickly on 4-3. So this like kind of worked out. But I would probably just roll less here, and then you can go 9 like on 4-5 or maybe even. And then overall, I would say the main thing is just like your early game. Um, just making sure you have like playing like the most units.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like that's probably the main thing. Like for example, missing like Pilt over here with like, the Teemo is like a pretty big deal. Um, I don't know like if it makes a difference in right that's coming up, but obviously like it can.
I think I got too focused on like higher cost unit is better than low cost
Yeah,
units.
yeah. Yeah, of course, but if you're getting like the trait with Piltover.
Yep.
Yeah. The level 7 is a little tricky, but yeah, just like similar things can cause you to win or lose fights. Like Disruptor here. Uh then this one's kind of hard to see, I think, but like 4 Piltover here, pretty good. Like Ambessa is not that important on your board.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this one, yeah, just doing the Spirit Visage here. Like with 5 removers, it's definitely more than enough. I think like at the end of the game, you'll probably have like too many still. Yeah, you still have 3 extra removers. Like you don't really need. Yeah, I think your end game board. Um, I think everything here looks right.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions about this game, or do you want to look at the next one?
Um, we can look at the next one.
Okay. The other thing I'm not sure about is like Bloodthirster versus Last Whisper on Baron. Because you already have Hand of Justice. I'm not sure if like more damage or double Omnivamp is better. I mean, we can look at data, but it's not going to tell us that much. I wouldn't look too much into this. Let's just say we have Hand of Baron. Do we want like more healing or? It's hard. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. I would think like if you already have healing, more damage is better. Um, that definitely don't tell us that much, but it does seem like all the damage items are better than like IE is better, Giant Slayer is better, Strikers is better, better last is better. But yeah, this one's. I mean, it's just really well. I wouldn't worry too much about the data.
Okay.
Um, both looks okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. Which I think this is kind of bad because you're like not playing your upgraded unit. I guess she can level her cog, but um, especially like the board you're playing is you could play like defender frontline for example. Like you could play long shot backline, defender frontline. I only it gives you 1 gold, but you could also just get 1 gold from winning the round. And like 4 HP is also worth like the 1 gold as well.
Okay. So like two defender and two long shot.
Yeah, yeah. Belt, I think, is fun. I think this all looks okay now. Yeah, I think you're 2-1. Playing like the board you played, um, 3 on 8, like just giving 1 gold. You could just play a stronger board and try to win the round instead. We have like an upgrade.
Okay.
Right here, this all looks fine. Yeah. Anything I talked about in the first game, I don't think you need to make this item now, because you can see your matchup. Like if I saw this matchup, I just wouldn't slam, right? Like Striker's Flail. And then maybe you get an item augment here or something. Yeah, it's like here maybe want Morello. I mean, I would still probably just go Strikers, but you never know what you're gonna get, basically. Like maybe your best option is Pandora's, and then it gives you want to make something else.
Okay.
I'd probably level here after taking Slammin, because Slammin on 3-2 gives Slammin plus gives a whole bunch of X. So now it's 20 to level, you have 30. Quick Striker for your main carry is pretty impactful. Because basically you go to 30, you lose 2 gold of interest. Next round you make 40, so you lose 3 gold total. Winning this round is worth 2 gold immediately, right? Like 1 for winning, 1 for streak.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, obviously we don't know whether it's gonna make the difference, but like a pretty big upgrade to your board. A quick striker, and then yeah, you would make 40 here, so you would already basically be up money. Because you'd also have quick striker for this round too. I mean, I would still level here and level last round.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like unclear, but can win these rounds. Save HP also, which is I'll just take Yuurni repair here. But yeah, I think this is really bad. Um, yeah, getting a second Yuurni is really good. Because
I didn't take it because I already have a rod, and that Yunara also had a rod.
yeah, I mean it's fine. It's like you can kind of think of it as taking like if you had a golden duplicator, you would probably use it on Yuurni, so you can kind of think of it as taking like a rod and a golden duplicator off the carousel is like better than taking a belt.
Okay.
If you do take belt, I think you should. There's pretty much never going to be a better item than just Morello. They can make with either of these components.
I think I was considering like 3-item tank.
Yeah,
Like three tank items.
I think that's okay. But just like you already have it, and you basically like rod has to be exactly paired with chain, and chain can be paired with. So you're kind of like losing one belt, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is fine. We're after then go gauntlet and then have half Morello. think death cap is kind of bad because at this point you have like your 3M carry, your 3M tank, your like anti-heal, like your next most important item.
Oh, yep.
I would also consider unlocking set on this round just because you have an API. That's gonna be the best AP folder. Yeah, so you're doing it now. Level 9. Yeah, I think fast 9 is fine here. All looks fine. Nine. I think this Annie is this Annie doesn't is not gonna cast.
I think I was too focused on trying to make 5 Ionia. Because the final board has 5 Ionia.
I think the most important thing is you just I feel like you need to use your items here. Because like whatever you take off this carousel, you're a pretty early pick. You took like whatever you take here, you should be able to make it. So I think TG is definitely more than good enough. TG is very good at level 9 because you'll have like extra 5 costs you can use. Here I would definitely itemize Tarek just because like 2-star Tarek versus 1-star Wukong.
Yeah.
Don't need extra stats, but it's fine.
I
Sterix
held
is
it
only.
because
Sorry, what'd you say?
I held it because a lot of players wanted set in this game.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Here. Yeah. I think the main thing is I think that's 2-1 where you're playing Ionia is like so much weaker than the board you can play. And it only gives you 1 gold, which is not that important, especially in Scuttle Puddle. In Scuttle Puddle, HP is worth like more relative to gold because you have so much gold, right? Like if you think about the last um Like you have slam in, so you naturally pump some XP. But if you think about like the last actually let's just go to your spot. I don't know, maybe on like your roll down here. So like your spot here on 447. Like if you think about like how much extra gold you need here, I would say from this point on until the rest of the game, all the gold you spend is like not that valuable. Like you did get to go level 10 and play an extra unit. But I would say like from here until the rest of the game, you got like, I don't know, like maybe 100, maybe even like maybe even more than 100 gold. But when you're like sacrificing HP to get, I mean, again, like Ionia is only 1 gold. Um, Instead, if you win like 2 more fights in stage 2, and you have like like 30 HP here, that's gonna be a lot more impactful because your final like 100 gold is just basically wasted.
Okay.
Because this board is like pretty close to your final board. I mean, you did miss Wukong 2, I think, so that's like something you can hit, but it's still you just don't really need it. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like earn that looks pretty good. Um, one other thing you can do is I don't know if you have enough removers. I don't have enough removers here. Yeah, but you can also move items from Yuurni to Kindred when you hit Kindred. But it's hard to do because you have slam in, so you have to use a lot of removers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think this game. Yeah, I think you mostly play the right board. I would just say like leveling here. I think is a pretty big deal. Um, you actually make money if you level here because, well, I mean, if it makes a fight difference. Like obviously, like the best case scenario is you just don't level and you win the fight anyway. Like that's the best thing that can happen. But it's just like a really small price to pay like 2 gold. And then or like you will lose 3 total because you'll lose 2 this round, 1 next round. But winning the round immediately gives you 2 gold plus 8 HP. Uh, 1 HP is worth pretty close to 1 gold at this point in the game.
Okay.
If you just call it like resource, basically, you're losing like 10 make like extra resource interest. But yeah, I think everything else looks fine. All is enough. Yeah, I think that's it for this game. Questions about this one?
I think not. Um, can we go over another game?
Yeah.
I'll send another one.
Yeah, I think pretty much any elements are fine to study, like your openers. Yeah, that's okay. I would be pretty interested in Dark and Scythe. I think it's stronger on current patch. But this is
Uh, they get buffed recently.
yeah, in C patch.
Oh,
Darken. Yeah, Bow got like a pretty big nerf. Um, the entire item is maybe worth like maybe a little bit less than 100 AD. So this is more than like a 50% nerf. I can kind of think of. Then this one like hard to quantify, but like relatively, yeah. I mean, again, like data, you have to be a little bit careful using, but Darken Bow is averaging 4.1, Darken Scythe 0.8. That's a little bit better.
okay. What would you play with this item?
Um, I mean, you can kind of put it on anyone, honestly. You could do Diana, Yasuo, um, or you can just play like a standard board, and Bessa. You can just play like a standard board and eventually put on like Shyvana, Volibear, like any of these Fast 9 board. But you could definitely play like Yasuo, Premier, or Diana. You actually can see like you could just use it on tempo on Yasuo as well. Because when you take this, you actually see you have like Ashe and Yasuo in shop. So you could definitely go for like one of those. You have patient study, so it makes it a little bit easier, but I think you could still be on level 6 for like long enough. I would probably just like item hold and then just play like a standard line with it, and then eventually put it on maybe like Shyvana or something.
Okay.
But yeah, you could even use like Trinamir as like tempo with Dark Insight as well. Yeah, I think like same concept here as last time, where it's like Ionia gives you 1 gold, but winning the round gives you 2 gold compared to 0. You do have patient study, so it also makes losing a little bit better there. But HP is still relevant too. I think this board is like Twisted Fate is dead. Um, yeah, same thing here
Okay.
with Yasuo, and then it's like okay, then it's like maybe you don't need Shen. They could play Slayer. You just play like a better unit, like a Cho'Gath is better than a Shen, for example. You can still hold a Shen on your back.
Okay.
And make Econ here. I mean, yeah, I think this all looks fine. I'm pretty interested in red buff. Bruiser is good. Forge bow. I don't think you should reforge bow. Bow is yeah. I mean, I think you just make red buff. It's pretty much
I was thinking like IE and the Krakens.
yeah. I think you're underestimating anti heal. It's like the last game as well. Anti heal is just like the best item you can make.
Okay.
I don't even know if we have item data. this, but I'm just kind of curious. This is not that important. Um, yeah, but I think you just make because like you're saying you
Uh,
want Infinity Edge and Kraken, but then you can only get one of them off this carousel anyway, right? So, like let's say you like hypothetically, let's take Glove and make still have a bow left over.
yeah.
I also think because your patient and your Econ Ionia, I think I'd be more interested in like the level 9 unit. Leveling here is I don't think you need all this stuff on the bench. Yeah, I don't think you need almost any. I'd probably just hold the Yasuo. Like the Yasuo Jin. They're on your board.
I think at that moment I didn't know the level 9 board existed. So I only knew about the Freljord one.
Yeah, I think this is okay, but yeah, yeah, I think it's. I know it's. I'm not a huge fan of double item augment because you already have one. I think this is fine. I would probably go for one of the team-wide combats, like makeshift or Lord's Honor. But yeah, I think this is like acceptable.
Okay.
I would probably. Yeah, I would rather go for one of these two, just because like bow is half anti-heal. So it's like you said like you want to make Kraken, right? So if you take Infinity Edge, make Kraken, uh, like you still have sword left over, which is fine. But I would rather have bow left over, and then you can make like potentially anti.
I took IE because I think it's the most important item on Yunara.
Yeah, I think that's fine, but you're still missing like important knowledge. Pick up Kindred or Senna. Or I don't know if that's who I saw. Maybe I saw Senna because you're carrying like a Gen 1, like even if you're trying to go on Yunara eventually, like Senna, like you found a Yunara, so it's fine, right? But don't find Yunara, then you could be carrying like a Senna instead of Gen 1 star.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about this Darkened Bow Yunara as well. Yeah, I feel like this. Um, yeah, this is okay. I don't think Infinity Edge is like that much more important than Kraken. I was looking at like about the same. I'd say like yeah, they're like pretty interchangeable. I think like they're both her
Okay.
best items, but I don't think like I don't think Infinity Edge is like a lot better than Kraken. Or 38 gold. Pulling here, I think it's fine. This is
This
okay. You have like enough gold to like upgrade your board. This is okay. Yeah. Oh, holding this Kindred is really important here. Like if you hit Kindred too, that saves your game. Because you don't even have Yunara paired. And Kindred is just a better item holder. Like if you have both of them, you use the items.
Okay.
Um, this is fine. Yeah. Yeah, kind of similar to last game. Like you're like I know you got like Sunfire off carousel last game, but I think in both this game and last, you had like pretty good opportunity to make it.
Okay.
In fact, in this fight, like if you replace like literally any item on your entire board with a red buff, I think you win this fight. Potentially this. Hard to say. Yeah, but I think definitely prioritize that a little more.
Okay.
Oh, for unlocking the units on neutrals, I also think you should make this for Nivea. Because this counts as like 2-star levels for Invoker. And then on neutrals, you just play here, 2 Yordles, 1 Bruiser, and then like if you play Rumble plus 2-star Nivea, that gives you Kobiko. Like 3 Yordles, 1 Bruiser.
Yeah.
How close are 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. And yes, it's a little tricky to do both in one. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure you can do both in one turn. But you could at least do like one or the other. Like Kennen needs 8-star levels, so you don't have any upgrades. So at level 7, already know you can't unlock Kennen. Sure. But you can do
Yeah.
Kobiko for sure because it's only 6-star levels. You also
Yeah.
have this Bruiser here with it as well. So one thing I would be thinking about is like going into this round. Going into this round, I know you have no upgrades, so you can't do Kennen. So I would only think about unlocking Kobiko, which means I would just think about Yordles, Bruisers, and Invokers. So just like bench everything that's not a Bruiser, Yordle, or Invoker, and then put those in.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can at least get one of them. And having Kobiko actually makes unlocking Kennen a lot easier. Because like Sejuani to Kobiko to then like on 1, Yunara 1. Um, and then like Gen 2 is like enough on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like we also like with a late game, you could also say like kind of like this here, like this Giant Slayer, like not that good. But part of the reason you have the Giant Slayer is because like you have like an extra sword here. Sword just doesn't make like any utility items, so it's not as valuable.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Overall, I think it's good. I think you're definitely over prioritizing how much gold this Ionia is giving you. Again, you have patient study, so you got one more for losing. But when you're playing you're playing this 3 trait that gives very little combat power. I think like it's definitely okay to play if it's like pretty close to your strongest board. But in this game and the last game, you played like a much weaker board to fit it in. And then like basically what happens is, I mean, you're actually like really healthy still. Could be like a little healthier. No upgrades.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's it for this one.
Um, can I ask some general questions?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any experience playing with the Extol comp?
Yeah, like reroll or like
The one that unlocks block.
yeah.
I'm not really sure how to play that comp.
I think the most important thing is just to take cash outs that you can do. Um, I try to avoid the ones that require losing unless you're going to lose anyway. Then they give you more. But I think if you just take like the quest that you can, you'll be able to get it as long as you get Ishtal in by like 3-2 at the latest. 3-2 is kind of hard, where you need to like high roll a little bit on your quests. But if you get it on 2-1 and you just take like the consistent ones, you should be able to get it very easily. Um, I think what I was saying about like a lot of times like if I was playing Ishtal here and I knew I was completing a quest after this round, I might not level. A lot of the quests are just like buy XP or that. Um, but if I had a quest that I knew was in 2 rounds, I would just because I'm not gonna wait like that long. If I'm willing to wait like 1 round.
I think I'm mostly referring to like the Extol Expeditionist augment.
Yeah.
So,
Oh well, that it's even more so, right? Because you get on 2-1, so you can even play even safe.
usually to always pick the one with the largest reward.
Well, it depends how many turns it takes to get, right? Because if you take one that gives you like 160, but it takes 4 turns, that's like the same as taking one that gives you 40 and it takes 1 turn.
Okay.
Also, a lot of times the largest reward one is like not consistent. Like one of them is like alternate winning and losing. Like that one gives you like the highest efficiency, but it's not consistent. So if you mess up, you're just locked out of each tall for like the entire game. So it's usually not worth it. I think I'm willing to take something like that if I'm in like a really bad spot and I feel like I need to like high roll. Like I feel like I need to gamble. But generally I would just always avoid something like that. Especially if you've
I
already
think
made
one.
progress, right? Because let's say you already have like 300 Ishtal shards, and then you take alternate, but you're not able to cash out, then you can never cash out your 300 shards. Whereas if you just take something else, like worst case scenario, you just cash out 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you have Ishan on 2-1, you can just take like the safe stuff, and you pretty much you should almost always get to like 550 or with like no problems.
Okay. Another question is from the from the spot I posted on in the spot check. channel, which comps can I play from that spot?
Oh, okay. I think. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you have. I mean, it just depends what. Uh, it depends what you get on item drops next round, right? Because like I see you're gonna get a Triforce and then you go either Shojin or Infinity Edge. So I mean, maybe you can play like anything, right? Like I think you can play like literally any comp from this spot. It's just what items you get around.
Okay.
Triforce tends to be best on melee carries, so can be like if you get like a bow, maybe you go like Triforce plus Titans, essentially Diana. Um, you could use like a. I would always roll on level 8, no matter what, because you're so close to 8. You could use a different melee holder at the time. You could just use like Triforce on set, for example, and then you have like Infinite Edge Yunara. Um, I mean you have Shojin as well, so you could carry. But yeah, I mean I think because you don't have you're not committed to anything. The only thing you have is a Triforce. You could play like Raven and Bessa.
Yeah. But I think the hardest part is to like calm down from this spot and then start thinking about like all those different comps.
Yeah, I mean yeah, because like you can't ever cash out, which are like obviously like heavily invested in. So you're really far behind. Your average placement like is probably like in the sixes, so it's like already looking like bad. But I mean yeah, like sometimes I mean sometimes you're in a worse spot than this. Like yeah, like sometimes I take like maybe an econ augment and then I roll and then I don't hit anything. So that would be like the equivalent of like not having expedition, right?
Yeah.
Like I just spend that gold, I have nothing to show for it, which is kind of similar to like what you have like here. Like you like have nothing to show for your first augment, but that could just happen. That could just happen anyway. Like maybe you have Warpath and you're just never casting that out, and that's like a similar situation.
Okay. I think I have no more questions.
Okay, yeah, I mean this spot is really bad, but I would just try to play for. I mean, if you roll down, like if you get dropped like a, if you get dropped a Kraken, roll down, you hit like Nara 2, like Triforce on set, it's still, it's unlikely, but you can still win the game.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, I'll post a recording later.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. See ya.
See you.